Hey, what's going on, guys? It's FPL Yusuf here, and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be going over my Game Week 10 transfer targets. I'm going to be showing you guys some of the moves that I'm looking to be making, potentially a -4, maybe just one free transfer this week. We're going to have to wait and see. But I'm going to go into depth about those sort of transfers and a whole lot more. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for being here today on my YouTube channel for another video. Before we get into this one, if you wouldn't mind dropping a thumbs up and subscribing down below, it would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so let's just do a little game week 9 recap and review of how the team got on. Overall, score-wise, it was actually decent. You know, we got 71 points all out. A little bit disappointing with a few aspects of it. As you can see, Erling Haaland was my triple captain this week. Only got the one goal, no bonus, no nothing, despite him putting up his, I think it was his second highest XG ever in a Man City shirt. So I did feel a little bit hard done by and a little bit unlucky with that one. But, you know, these things happen. I think in the grand scheme of things, you know, triple captaincy chip really is probably the worst chip that you could have. It's also, you know, quite small in terms of, you know, your overall score at the end of it. So I'm not too fussed about it. A little bit disappointing, but, you know, something that we'll move on from. So just a quick run through for my team. Defensively wise, just a nightmare again. You know, Arsenal, yet again, just no clean sheet. I mean, I don't know if we really expect them to keep a clean sheet against Liverpool, but it was more so the three before this game that kind of sort of let me down so far. You know, Gabriel getting subbed off injured, you know, at the time of recording, we're not too sure how serious that's going to be. I'm going to talk a little bit more about him and potential transfers that I'm looking to make next week in the next section. But, you know, David Raya, again, just no points. You know, Rico Lewis managing to get a clean sheet finally. And yeah, I needed that one this week in particular because, you know, Mazraoui again lost his clean sheet for United. So overall, not the best from the defence. However, it was made up through the midfield and through the forward line. You know, Brian and Burmo coming back with a big 15-point haul, Cole Palmer with 10, Saka with 9. You know, that was one decision that I was looking to make last week is that, you know, do I just take Saka out and bring Salah back in? I chose not to. I chose just to hold him, just make the one free transfer last week. And, you know, overall, you know, the midfield did score quite well. Obviously, Erling Haaland in attack, only the 6 points, unfortunately. Welbeck did get on the score sheet again, you know, for those who kept him, well done. You know, I know it's a little bit of a touchy one. You know, he wasn't exactly ruled out this game, but I think from the way we saw him come off in the last game, there was a little bit of concern around would he start or would he not. He got 72 minutes, which only just bodes well for his long-term fitness and his long-term fixtures, is that he is kind of like the main man. You know, 6 goals in 9 games for him in particular. So yeah, overall, very happy with the team. I'm going to jump into my transfers now and just show you guys some of the thoughts and some of the moves that I'm looking to make this coming week. Okay, so the first move up that I'm looking to make this week is just for one free transfer, and that is to remove Danny Welbeck. Now, the problem with this is I can only really move to one player that I'd want to in a straight swap. So at the time of recording, I only have 0.3 million in the bank. So I could move Danny Welbeck to Johan Visser, who is at the time of recording, which is Tuesday, I'm recording this on. He's actually expected to rise tonight in price. So if I'm going to do it, I might have to make an early transfer, even though this is probably not a smart move. You know, I don't really recommend making early transfers at all, but I will still have enough money left in the bank even if Visser does go up. I just think, you know, Welbeck over the next 2 fixtures, you know, he's got Liverpool, he's got Man City away. They're not great. However, from game week 12, he's probably somebody that I would want to bring back in and wouldn't want to keep. So I'm just sort of weighing up the idea about, is he worth transferring out for 2 weeks just to then bring back later, obviously at a more expensive price? Matheus Cunha is the other player that I would like to get in this week. However, I don't actually have the money for this move in one straight hit. So that brings me nicely onto the -4 that I'm potentially looking to take. And that does depend on what Gabriel's situation is. There is a world in which, you know, if I find out that he's out for a little while, that I do move him out for Konate from Liverpool, which would free up nearly a million, probably about 0.7. But with the money that I've already got in the bank would give me an extra mil, which means that I could afford to move Welbeck to Matheus Cunha. I don't know how I feel about doing that on a -4. I think, you know, Gabriel's got to be a little bit of a tricky one because obviously Arsenal have got you know, two fixtures where they are coming up where they probably wouldn't be expected to keep a clean sheet. It's more from after that, from game week 12, that you kind of would want to own Arsenal players. But it's worth saying that after game week 11, there is an international break. So technically, Gabriel may only end up missing 2 games or 2 Premier League games, even if he was out for like around a month, which in the grand scheme of things, with the 2 games coming up, you know, you wouldn't expect clean sheets in either of them for Arsenal. So maybe it's not the worst thing in the world just to put him on the bench if you've got enough cover and enough squad depth to bring someone on for him. Haaland is obviously in my thoughts. Now, I do think that if I am going to move Haaland out, it will be next week in game week 11. I think Bournemouth, you know, even though it's away, it's still a very good fixture for him. And I do think that he could get some success against them. So I'd be a little bit reluctant to want to move him out this week. However, if he does move out, he will be dropped down to one of either Nicholas Jackson, Matthias Cunha, Visser, someone in that bracket, maybe Chris Wood, and that money will be used to move up someone like Brennan Johnson to the likes of Mo Salah. Now that one, like I said, it probably won't be done this week. I'm going to put it on screen anyway, but that one will probably be for next week. Before the fixture swing, before Liverpool play Southampton in game week 12, which is another reason why I'm looking at bringing in Konate now, just so that I've got that cover for that game. But yeah, overall, I think one free transfer I definitely will make. In an ideal world, I'd like to roll. I just think my team is not looking great for this coming week, and obviously I have 2 flags in Gabriel and Mazraoui at the time of recording as well, so that's not great. Pau Torres is playing against Brennan Johnson this week, so I've got a few little contrasts which make this team not amazing. But yeah, definitely one free transfer this week with a potential to move for a -4 as well. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to drop a thumbs up and subscribe down below. It's just a short one today on my transfer target. Usually I make these a little bit longer, but I will be back probably Thursday morning with an FPL challenge video, and then obviously my final team selection on Friday, where I will update you guys as to if I've made any changes. But if you guys do want like real-time live updates, make sure to follow my Twitter down below in the description. I tweet out there kind of like if I've made a transfer early, which, like I said again, I'm not going to recommend to anyone, especially with the cup games going on this week. Injuries can pop up at any time, so unless you're going to get absolutely priced out of a move, I would just hold and just wait and just see who goes where, see how things develop, and see how teams line up in the cup as well. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to drop a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I'll catch you guys next time.